As the polls closed Tuesday night, it looked like a victory for Zipi Livni and the ruling Kadima party. But as the makeup of the new Knesset becomes clearer, it appears Likud's Benjamin Netanyahu, and not Livni, will have the best chance to form the next government. With some soldiers' and diplomats' votes still to be counted, Kadima won 28 Knesset seats to 27 for Likud. But the right-wing Israel Beitenu party finished a solid third with 15 seats, ahead of Ehud Barak's Labor Party with a dismal 13 seats. The ultra-Orthodox Shas party grabbed 11 seats and finished fifth. Next week, President Shimon Peres will consult the Knesset, and the members will decide who should have the chance to build a 61-seat governing majority. Both Netanyahu and Livni have begun negotiating with the other parties to build a coalition. Israel Beitenu leader Avigdor Lieberman will have a big role in deciding who will be the next prime minister. A former advisor to Netanyahu, Lieberman has said he wants a government of the right, and he says he won't join a government that allows Hamas to continue to rule Gaza.
It's actually Benjamin Netanyahu and Avigdor Lieberman. It's up to them. They can have a right-wing government if they want to do it, or Netanyahu can go also a little bit to the center, give up Mr. Lieberman and make another government, but it is in their hands.
Some in Israel's political establishment are calling for Livni and Netanyahu to split the 4-year term, with each taking a turn as prime minister. But neither camp wants to see that, as long as they think they can form their own coalition.
John Wagi is with us now from Jerusalem. John, for all the world, it looks like Netanyahu and Lieberman are going to make a deal and then bring in Shas. That still won't give them the 60 votes, but it'll be close.
That's right, Pat. There's a Hebrew word for mix-up called balagan, and I think a lot of people feel like with all this internecine kind of negotiating going on, that's what we have as a balagan here. Netanyahu is clearly in the best position to form a government. He will, Pat, there are still 150,000 absentee ballots to be counted, soldiers, diplomats, that kind of thing. These groups have had an influence in the past, and if they were to put Likud one step higher or Kadima one notch lower, they could be tied. And if they're tied, there's almost no way that Zipi Livni, I think, would be asked to form a government. She was asked to form a government several months ago and was unable to do it with even more left-wing people in the parliament at the time. So Netanyahu clearly has the inside track, but the negotiations aren't going to be easy.
John, when we talk of leaving aside all the counting for this, that, and the other, what does this mean for Israel politics? It looks like things are swinging pretty hard to the right.
There's no doubt that this is a move to the right. Even the furthest left people have admitted that. And as we've talked about before on the program, security was driving that. And I think this is what these politicians have to remember as they go into these negotiations to form a government. Israel has serious, serious threats on its horizon, not the least of which is Iran. In fact, that's the biggest one. And in order to further their political careers, many times these people have made backroom deals and tried to get in a government just to keep themselves in the government for that particular reason. And this is not the time that people can afford to do that. I know there's a lot of talk right now about a broad consensus national unity government, but there are people that are having a hard time working together, like the Shas ultra-Orthodox party and the Israel Beitenu party. The rabbi from Shas, the chief rabbi, Ovadia Yosef, said that a vote for Israel Beitenu is a vote for the devil. Now, for Netanyahu to form a stable coalition, he's got to have both of those parties, and they've got to be able to get along. So it's going to be a challenge.
You know, John, Netanyahu was leading all the way along, and then all of a sudden Zipi Livni sneaks in with one extra vote. I felt that incursion into Gaza probably strengthened her a lot as being somebody who's tough. Am I right?
I don't think that was the chief reason. I think the chief reason was fear on the left. You look at the ultra-left-wing Meretz party, they only got 3 seats in the Knesset. That's a drop-off from before. People on the left were afraid that Benjamin Netanyahu was going to become prime minister, and they saw Zipi Livni as the only way to stop him. Also, she waged a great appeal to women voters. She won secular Tel Aviv by a huge margin, and she just ran a smart campaign. And what Netanyahu's people have admitted, some of them, is that they kind of laid back a little bit, tried to work through the internet the way Obama did in the United States, and they didn't really get him down there mixing up with the grassroots in the last few weeks of the campaign until it was kind of too late.
Well, John, we'll keep our eyes open, and I guess in the next few days something will be happening, so we look forward to another report from Jerusalem. Thank you very much.